welcome to another exciting, stimulating episode of The Extraordinary Man, coming to you guys live in effect as always. Want to welcome to episode 8 of The Extraordinary Man, and I want to introduce my amazing panel today. Start to the left or the right, whichever one you on the side of.
Michael Midas Merritt. Y'all know me by now. Hopefully you do. If you don't, I am the owner of Nerdy Birds, an IT contract fulfillment company. Also the owner of nerdyshirty.com, RTY. And also check out the Black Pill Reactions channel.
Next up,
Definite Marvel Business Services, Community Assistance Programs, also Excellence Enterprises, and also starting. We're gonna start that. How about that for an idea? Put that in the books for another feel. Put that in the book for another episode. Daddy Daycare. I'm usually in the office dressed up, but today I went to the violin thing for my daughter, the meeting the parent, picked them up from their little ball, and I was like, wait, I get to get in the shower before 7 o'clock. I'm so excited right now. It's life. Even though I got a laptop
Feel good, don't it?
right there, laptop right there. I'm about to get right back, get it out. Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah,
let
man.
me go ahead and input the chat. Boom. All right, so gentlemen, first and foremost, thank you guys for dedicating another exciting episode to putting on for the people. As you guys know, I enjoy the distinguished bunch that we have here whenever we can all get together to be able to record. So today, put my keyboard down. Today, I was looking over a couple of things, and I was just noticing that there seems to be an extreme shift and an attack on a concept. I wanted to start this off with just a little bit of feedback on this because I want to know what you guys personally think about this situation. There's been a little bit of an attack on. First and foremost, what do you guys know about the passport bros? Ever heard of them? Anybody familiar with that concept?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
as far as
you're right. I've seen a lot of. Go ahead, Mike.
no, I was going to ask, what have you guys been seeing about the passport bros as of late? If you guys are familiar with them.
It's just been a whole lot of, you you going over there and you still gotta get them in the country, and just really just putting it down as to why we shouldn't do it, why it's such a bad idea, or they're really starting to build like this really bad negative like connotation around it, make it a bad taste in people's mouth. When all in reality that these same individuals that's trying to build this negative connotation around it is the reason we're going over.
That part. I haven't been keeping up with their activities lately, but as far as I'm concerned, this is it makes a mission of what they've been doing, but I haven't been keeping up with their activities as of late.
Well, from what's been in the news or what's been in the atmosphere, I should say, is the fact that you have groups of people who are now trying to come down on the passport bros or come down on the idea, the concept of it. And I think that what they're doing is they're taking the most negative aspect of what it is or what it's been historically, and they are trying to create the narrative as if that's the main idea of why people are going abroad to go and look for women. That you have, I guess, some bad actors or something that they're using it to go and buy time, I should say. That they're using passports as the modern day back page. Now I can't say that
Yeah,
that
they trying
doesn't.
to push a prostitution narrative.
I mean, Marvin, let me ask you this. Do you think that, like anything else, that this could be a situation where you got a couple of people who are taking advantage of something that actually has been historically a good thing and giving it a bad rep? Or do you think that it's just demonization time?
A little bit of both, but they, of course, if people are not understanding of not in the shoes as to why this is occurring, they're going demon mode. You don't know how. Y'all, it's you. Y'all doing something. It's straight attack mode. But even if they on the other side, they like, yeah, it's fucked up, but I get it though. You know what I'm saying? Fucked up, it gotta be that way, but I understand though. So it's a little bit of both, but it's just they try to push the whole prostitution narrative and all that. It's like the whole thing with the OnlyFans. If that's the case, OnlyFans need to be taken. Everybody that worked there get a set of cuffs, because what are they doing? They are providing a safe area for women for money, for monetary gain, and they're taking a cut, right? A pimp.
Yeah, the web
So
server.
if the passport boys is prostitution, and OnlyFans fucking Don Juan on steroids.
That's a perspective. That's a perspective.
Yeah. What's up,
In
Keita?
real life. Let's think about that for a hot second.
Good morning, Keita. That's a perspective.
And and show off your bodies and your sexual on camera, and we'll have a million guys pay you $3.99, and you just got, after you make that, we're gonna give you three we make from that. That don't sound like a pimp. Give me the money and I pay them what I want them to have, keep them with good nails and shit. That don't sound like a pimp. Like,
I mean, it sounds like one to me.
and they're
And
calling
then
it
the attitude of, I'm earning for myself, and think that OF is a job. Like you can't put OF on a resume. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't go down to a dental office and try to be an assistant and OF resume. Like, how does that work?
yeah, because they call it entrepreneurship, dog. They say they work for themselves. Set hours, dog, that they do this. They tell the dude,
Because they
hey,
set
for the foot.
hours.
Gee, for real, they be like, for the foot fetish, be on at 9. Like me and my brother was complimentary about the shit. They be like, if you want to see feet with syrup on them, you want to see me smash a melon with my titties, get here at 10 o'clock. Like they know, just like we do for podcasts. They act like it's a fucking job for real. They had a documentary that was a boyfriend of an OnlyFans artist, and everything that she did, well, yeah, they call him an artist. He was the one in the film with her. He was like, dude, it just got so annoying because remember at 9 they gotta work. We gotta be able to get up and do this because I got my fans watching. Like, if anything, that shit should be illegal. Like, Fuck you mean on the ass? Like, yeah, nigga, make sure it's ready. Make sure it's ready, dude. Because we gotta.
So let me ask this as far as pushing the conversation forward. We know about the passport situation. We know about the OnlyFans situation. We know about various other situations that seem to be popular talking points as far as why one is seen to be championed and why one is seen to be demonized. Do you think that that's indicative of culture as far as it's starting to become a trend to where things where the man is benefiting from it, that they find something wrong with it versus the
Yeah.
thing where the woman is benefiting from it, that it's a form of empowerment? Or is the line skewed? Is there a blur to where women are also being demonized for this very thing? And then in other respects, men are also being championed for going out of the country to find a submissive woman, whereas they feel like they can't find one domestically. Do you think it's a
Yeah.
little from column A, a little from column B? Or do you think the
Man,
scale
here's
is tilted
man.
one way over the other?
Yes. The answer to that is yes. You ask the question and answer
Here's
it in the same.
what it is.
You are correct.
Okay, so give a
It's the
little meat on the
whole.
bone.
But I'll be damned if somebody else had me.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Mike, you gave the best example already. Goes overseas and pays according to their customs, finds him has children with her, raises a great family. You call that prostitution, or of who you wanted to be with, but you would call only entrepreneurship. That is demonizing one for the benefit of one, you know, hyping up something that is knowingly wrong for the benefit. So yeah, you used the best example right there. The passport boys, that's not they find. It's not like they go buy a wife, divorce, or buy another one. They go if you go over there, bring her back here, you got to get her in the States. If you marry her, she's a citizen. You marry her, y'all have you're not gonna have a problem passing none of those tests because you're not lying. You really married this woman. You didn't marry her so she could get a green card. So it's not gonna be as hard for you as it is for shit. But you'll sit here and try to tell me that because you got a set schedule sucking dick on tape that you got entrepreneurship. You're an entrepreneur. Discipline to your whoring is not whoring. It's entrepreneurship. And when I go find a wife somewhere, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, okay. All right, I'll take on it right there.
Midas, what's your thoughts?
Um, the same thing. They don't want us. But be damned if they do. I seen this one. I seen this today. This guy went into a barbershop. He worked at a barbershop, and his white girlfriend came up in there. Uh, uh, she goes or hair pretty much like clowning him. Like you shouldn't be doing that. Have babies and all this going on. You know what I'm saying? Trying to shame the black dude for dating when clearly the way that you acting is the reason, or one of the reasons why I'm with her now, because of your attitudes. Attitude is nasty now. So you really honestly can't blame, you know what I'm saying? I married a black woman, but those that step in, you know what I'm saying, that have had bad past experiences, you can't get mad at them for wanting to do that, for wanting to go get their passport, and you're not making it any better. And you're not giving us reasons as to why not to do it. You're not showing those men any particular thing as to why they shouldn't go do it. There's no incentive to get the passport. So
So let me
that's
ask
my
this.
take and spin on that.
So let me ask this. Do you think that either side realistically should be demonized for their choice? Whether you somebody who you make a supplemental career out of being an OnlyFans girl, or you're somebody who says, you know what, I don't like the options that I have over here, I'm going to go someplace else. Do you really think that anybody should be shaming anybody for the decisions that they make? Like, if
Yes.
you really think about it, it's a no harm, no foul situation.
No, if you should shame every. Yeah, shame is what keeps people. You do, like, yes, yes, you should be ashamed. Like old girl said in that video, her giving dude a blowjob, like on OnlyFans, shame the shit like that. Okay, so yes, I can shame you for your lifestyle in 20. You don't. If you have no shame, you have no boundary, you have no records, you have no code, nothing.
Yeah. You have no moral.
Nothing. Again, we do good because we will be ashamed if we do bad. If you don't do good because you don't give a fuck. Take that mom to send you a video of yourself doing something stupid for you to be like, oh, an embarrassment, mom. Oh, girl was crying on that podcast when she was talking about that shit. This is what happens. You
Yeah,
put
she
porn in the
was.
world. What the fuck you thought was finna happen?
I mean,
You
let's
thought
let's think about it.
those five
let's
who
let's think about it,
didn't.
Marv.
Man,
Why do jails exist?
I
Jails
almost said
exist
something
because
real
people,
bogus.
not all, and I will stand on that. Not all, but the majority made horrible decisions. Away, like we cannot go through life, and like you said, of uh, send that video to your mom. Through life with the expectations of, oh, I'm going to disappoint my mom today. I'm going to disappoint my dad today. Like there's no that we can go through life and not have any type of judgment on anything. Anything and everything that you do has a judgment that comes along with it. There's a consequence that comes along with it. It may be a reward that come along with it. But even getting rewarded, there's still a judgment.
Honestly, you judge everything as soon as you see it. If you don't, you ain't gonna live. If you like, they like you can't judge people based on this. Don't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, all right. If the book, you say don't judge a book by the cover. If the cover is on fire, I bet it's hot. The fuck? Like, if I'm walking down the street and I see somebody hunched over type of way, and we on a certain street where I know certain things happen, I'm going to move the street. I'm gonna do whatever I do to protect myself. Why though? He could just be there and just came home for practice or something. Yeah, nah. Are we taking that risk? No, because you judge everybody who you allow in your circle because you are the judge, the jury, and execution. So you're allowed by you allowing and not allowing things in your life. You're worthy of being in your life and what's not. You're judging immediately. If you try to say judge me, it don't say that shit in the Bible or the Quran or the Torah. It don't say it was a Tupac lyric. Only God could judge me.
Check this out.
Like,
That's true. If the statement of don't judge a book by its cover was true, then how come 54% of the men in America are unmarried and childless?
54% of the
Why are they
black
not being
men
a chance to be.
No, 60.
I don't.
60.
I don't. I just follow the logic. I don't care. Just follow the logic.
And if
We're
break it
talking
down
about just
further,
judging.
that's bad. It points to the numbers don't lie, dog. Because they'll sit here and be like, all these men got that's not true.
Well, look at it from this point.
You just stated the facts. You can't argue with it. What percentage was that you for the one time? 54%. That's more than half. Not much more than half, but still fact.
More than half
Of the population. Like, come on, dude. Okay.
And Mike's read into them comments. Those are some interesting ones.
I am. I'm still looking at Jose's. I'm trying to unpack that.
That's true. He's judged based on our understanding what's best for us in our lives. Yeah. So I'm looking at what, man, that's deep.
Really and truly, both of those.
Yeah,
is
I'm looking
deep.
at Irvin right now.
So a girl told me she was ashamed when people who came into McDonald's she knew. So she don't mind being ashamed on OnlyFans and make more money doing what she been doing for free and getting her heart broken. So basically what happens is she monetized her pain. She monetized her shame rather. Say if what I go out here and do
I'm
recreationally
sorry,
or what
stupid. You're telling me that you were ashamed when you was working at McDonald's and when you was making real money, you was actually hard earned. You and which means you could have got another job too and did something better. But you was like, you're ashamed or not ashamed of being on the internet sucking balls? Really? You're ashamed to get, but not to have balls on your chin on the internet. Really? What your
No,
daughter
she
gonna
was
think?
ashamed because she wasn't getting paid for it.
Stupid. She
I mean, that's you got to look at the bars and the bars with that. I mean, you got to think about it. That a 9 to 5 job, although a low wage, low earning, unskilled labor job, brought you shame. However, something that you would do recreationally with a significant other, and the thing is that the logic behind that when you unpack it is when instead I've been doing it for free and getting my heart broken. So is she associating sex with love and thinking that she would just give her sex
Excuse me.
away to people in exchange to hope that they would care about her? And then
that's what
or is that the excuse for the reason why? Because your
I mean,
heartbreak
that's what I took for
and
it.
your sex are mutually exclusive.
Got it. Nope. Say it. Yep.
That's what I
So
took for it. That's why I said she's getting paid for it now.
Well, no, it's not even that she getting paid for it now. If you really think about the logic, your recreational sex and having sex with somebody that you love, these are not the same thing. So they don't correlate. You cannot do one in the same instance as you do another. I'm giving it away to people and getting my heart broken over here. Giving it away and getting my heart broken. Giving it away and getting you see, the more you
see
say
that
it,
question?
the dumber it sounds.
See, Jose said that there'll always be a buyer.
Jose said it's a big
right.
because whenever there's a market, he got
There
a point.
is.
I give it to him. That's a good point.
Emails not worth what they used to be worth because now I can buy it forever. There's always going to be a market for pussy forever, especially anonymous husbands.
It always has been. Wasn't that the
husbands who, girls who want to be boys. It's always going to be a market for OnlyFans. That's not the problem. If you're doing it, it's a shameful job. It should be definitely up. Doing sacred shit on TV. Like, come on, man. How girls be hiding? They put on a motherfucking girdle tire hider because they're ashamed of their stomach. But come on now.
I
Let's
mean,
get
I look at it like
real
this. I look at it like this, right? And this is how I see things from two sides. Side number one.
Difference between an orange. Okay, I'll answer that after this.
Okay, go ahead.
I was reading this question from Marvin. So, what would be our OnlyFans? One is well, as far as shame, there is none. They should both feel the same fucking way. But there's a fucking difference.
Both the same to me.
There, but they should feel the same shame. That porn OnlyFans they usually do with their boyfriends out here, and it be the same dude in the videos. Dick, you sucking today. It might be an old saggy balls one. It might be a young saggy. You don't know. It might be an 80s flick where you gotta bury your face in fur. You don't know what you're doing. But you know, OnlyFans they get to choose their regimen and what they do. I guess that's the game. They should both wake up and look in the mirror like I'm a cum bucket.
Let me jump in there. Let me jump in there. With the porn was an industry, so you didn't necessarily have control over how much money you made. If you were in demand, you were in demand. If you wasn't, you wasn't. OnlyFans put it in the hands of the consumer, and it became the open marketplace to be able to say, if somebody will buy it, we'll give you the opportunity to sell it for yourself. So you got a chance to. So basically, what happened is that it's the equivalent of Amazon Marketplace.
Virtual pimping.
so basically what it is the fact that we'll let you contract yourself. No different than what Backpage was and the other things that we'll let you throw up your own advertisements and see who will bite. So you're gonna have the bell curve of some people who are hugely successful and some people who wouldn't get a dime.
And let's not
based on the
get it
market
twisted.
determines what it is.
Ain't just sex. Like I said, you literally there's a chick. When I first found out about OnlyFans, I made a fucking account so I could see what dude was talking about, and it's a chick on there who just her titties, dog, and like she got millions of viewers that pay her to do that. Cooking, and they cook one meal every day on OnlyFans, and they got like so many subscribers. So you got shit like that on there, but it's famous and notorious for because they take their cut out of it. That's their whole little angle. Hey, we're not pimps. Look, we got class over here. We got culinary over here. Don't worry about the dick sucking in the back. We got people breaking melons with titties over here, you know? So because we do everything, we're not just the hoes. See? That's their whole little gimmick.
We're just the host. We're just the host. You're the content creator. So what you put up there is your own discretion. We're just the host.
Down.
Oh man, that really touched me in a way. That touched me a little bit.
Man, I don't
All right, so
how you
guys,
slice that bread. It's still bread.
so let's move. Let's push the needle forward a little bit. So when we start looking at this whole way of making money, and this is kind of one of the things that I want to get into, is the fact that I think that there's a double-sided coin when it comes down to the OnlyFans virtual situation. Is that what happens is like you have groups of people who otherwise have no skills outside or may have skills, but obviously what you're doing to earn your money is what you're doing to earn your money. You earn money very fast because there's men that's out here willing to pay for what they see. In turn, your views of what kind of man that you require or that you would require in the future is skewed based off of what you're doing right now.
Boom.
So you think that, well, I earned, let's just say one of the outliers, you earn $1 million a year for your OnlyFans. So now in your mind is that the man that you're with needs to earn more money than you, not realizing that the higher the earning potential that you are as a man, the harder you had to work, the more competitive that you had to work, which means that your options are generally going to be a lot more vast than the traditional man that's working a 9 to 5 job. So if he's earning at that level and he has much more options of variety, the question then begs, why would I choose you over somebody else?
When I could buy you for $3.99.
So now when you start
I'll be
asking
walking
yourself that,
with a chick on my arm that has a page full of her. Why would I want to be that guy? I got a
I
million
saw
bucks. I'm trying to be valuable, not
I
simp.
saw a little meme, or I guess it was a meme, or it was a snapshot of somebody's page earlier. And I meant to post it, but I'll end up losing it in the algorithm. And what it stated was that a girl's top OnlyFans fan paid $10,000 to come and see her or come meet her in person. In turn, she took that 10,000 that he paid to come and have a one-on-one meeting with her and took her real boyfriend to Cancun. What do you say about the fact that there
It's
are
deep.
men who are so diehard invested into the visual components of the sex market that they will sacrifice finances, principles, time, attention, and everything under the guise of the allure of these women?
Both men in the situation,
We'll throw our
friends should be
whole lot.
castrated for allowing that.
He don't care. He just using it. He was raised by his mama. He just and get out of that. He probably don't give up. And if he do, he a loser anyway. You know, we'll do anything for that. Give up your whole livelihood for that peak.
See, my belief is the following one. When you hook up or get with someone, why do you need to why do you need to consider it what the past? What past is past?
Consider the past.
All right,
Yeah,
so
nah.
Your past dictates what your future performance is going to be. Your past dictates
Yeah,
your performance. When you go for a
so
job interview,
I don't
they're
need.
going over. They're not going over. You know what I'm saying did right here, right now. They're going what you did in the past, so that they can hire you for right here, right now. That's how it always is. When you go to court for something, they take your whole past into consideration into calculating, okay, you're a habitual bank robber, grand theft, da da da, you know what I'm saying? And they take all that into consideration to give you a sentence. So yeah, it's a very important, especially also when you're going into a situation with children. Know, we're not going to call them beggars or nothing like that, but you also got to take into account that that is whether you like it or not, or whether women like to hear it or not, that is a burden on the next man. Eventually, if that man is in that relationship with someone and they have children, at some point that man is going to be take on some type of financial responsibility and utilize his resources children that is not his. So that's why the past. I have to get in a state of mind and a headspace to understand this and be willing to move forward with that.
Yeah, past always matters because you look at their
Also,
resume.
the level.
What have they?
We're territorial.
Yeah, that too. I mean, you want to see the past. This girl cheated on every boyfriend she ever had. She's probably gonna cheat on you.
Probably going to cheat on you.
You know, people, Jose, to your point, as far as whether relationships or whether
Jose
it's
said,
the business of
let's
the
address that.
situation, what it is that it's the whole main idea is predicated on behavior. It's predicated on the understanding of the fact that as men and as women, everybody has a view of what is acceptable for them. There's a societal view and then there's a individual view. So as four men on a panel, we will sit here and look at a situation. And the reason why I brought the questions to the center stage is to ask about what their thoughts were on these particular subjects. So from the beginning, we started talking about the passport guys, the guys who get the passports and who go to meet women abroad. Compared that to the business of what it is that women's attitudes are toward that particular situation today. Then merge that specific thing into what women do that is deemed shameful on the other side of the spectrum. So one side is shaming one for a behavior while one side is shaming another side for the other behavior. Everything is predicated solely on the concept of behavior and what is deemed to be acceptable or unacceptable. Now, when we go further as far as explaining the concept of how it ties into the relationship spectrum, is because of the fact that at the end of the day, no matter what it is that we're doing, somebody has to deal with these people. If a man has four children by four different women, it's safe to say he's probably not a monogamous guy. Not saying that he won't be, but my bet is that he's probably a lot less likely to be monogamous to that woman based on his past or based on his history, his track record. So if it's fair to look at one person's situation and to assess a situation, it's conflict, well, it's risk management, if nothing else. If I have to look at a situation and say, do I take the person who has a criminal record for stealing and compare that person to the person who has no criminal record for stealing? This person may have stole, but there's no history validating that this ever happened. So if I have to weigh out my options are going to be grossly weighed in the direction of the person that likely didn't do it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I
Did I
like
explain
that
that
risk
well, or
management.
Yeah,
I think that's
the way I explain it is
yeah.
like
That was
this:
purpose, and I wish.
if you
Go ahead.
have proof, if you have proven that you will cross that line, proof that you will cross that line. There's not proof that this other person did. So weighing towards that person more, whether they whoever did it or not. Like it's just like anything else. It's judgment. The shit that we was talking about earlier is judgment. Immediately. I mean, has no problem hopping from dick to dick to dick. You might straighten her life out, be her soulmate. She might never cheat or do. Chances are though that's not gonna happen. Okay, and if you're trying to be somebody of importance and you're doing this, you don't really want your girl having an OnlyFans account week. If your girl, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. If your girl got an OnlyFans account, bitch, I know you are. There's no possible relationship. I know she run everything. I know you shut the fuck up and sit in the corner somewhere because there's no possible way that you would be okay with that shit, which out of your woman and allowing your woman to prostitute herself online.
That's why I
Then
said. That's why I said, "Oh, boyfriend should be
as,
castrated."
yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. So as a man, I'm looking at me as a bitch, because you know what I'm saying, like that's fucked up. If I'm allowed, like, yeah, so that shit affects more than just her past. Her past gonna affect me too. You walking with the bitch from OnlyFans, I yelling at you at the gas station. You the one gotta go fight about that shit she did in her past.
Yep.
Not her throwing money, talking shit to her. You the one gotta go defend her and be disrespectful, even though she has earned this disrespect with her actions in the past. The past don't matter, but when they come back and bite you, or like Midas said with them kids, and then better go fight baby daddy because she made a stupid ass decision in her past. Yeah, you gotta raise kids. That's you. That's your life. So you better that that shit fits with the fuck you trying to do, or you gonna be in some boat you ain't trying to be in, fight, or in a fucking situation that you really don't want to fucking be in.
You know,
I really want to know, Irvin, what is a reformed? What does it look like? What is that?
you know,
Reformed
I
in
tell you what
all
it look
in
like.
the same sentence. That's an
I tell you what it look
oxymoron.
like. I tell you what it look like. I tell you what it look like.
That's
I'll tell you what it look like.
50?
Forgive me if I sound biased when I say this, but I'll tell you what it look like. It is someone whose options have became, or someone who has identified that their options have diminished, and the market has forced them to change their behavior or to alter aspects of their behavior to not be as visible about who they are, an aspect of trying to catch something after so many years of wasting their life. I don't think that a
To the
zebra
Urban
changes its
Dictionary
stripes.
right now.
You said what? I don't think that a
This
zebra
is
ever changes stripes. I
getting
don't
added.
think that there's a such thing as reformed anything. I believe your character is your character. I believe how you do things is predicated on the options that you have available.
Okay, this what you just said. I believe that people do change, but life experience changes people. Life experience changed the zebra stripes. They were little stripes when they were a kid. Now they're big stripes when they're older. Life experience changes it. So when they hit 50, this is my 50 theory. It'd be around the age of 50, especially for black women, because black don't crack. And they be looking young forever. And some 50-year-olds still be fine as shit. But even when they are, once they hit that age, they transform from damn, hey shorty, what's up? Woo woo woo, trying to holler at you. Let me buy you a drink. To hey Miss Pearl, can I help you with your groceries to the door? They turn into that. See, and like Pearl said, like Pearly Thing said, they're now invisible to men. Even when we see a fine ass 50-year-old, we be like, damn, she kind of fine. Don't nobody try to holler though, because it's disrespectful. See what I'm saying? And now they 50 by themselves. Dudes not hollering like that no more. Now they're reformed. They're forced to not be hoes no more. Now they want to find somebody for just them. And they done learned. Or once they done have 5 kids, got fucked over, or 3, 2, 3 kids get fucked over, whatever. Or fuck dude over, and now they by themselves and they realize them glory days is fading. Now they like, I gotta find me somebody for real. They reform that way. They're forced to reform. They're not. Don't none of them give up them freedoms and give up that shit because they want to. That shit doesn't happen. If it was in their character, that's who the fuck they are.
But
Until life.
see, but you just validated exactly what I said. That in
I,
the absence of options.
I'm with you 100%.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Like, yeah, life experience is the only thing that's gonna change a motherfucker once that shit hit. Because until life experience force you to change, you don't see nothing wrong.
I'm gonna give you this analogy. I look at it like this situation. You could train 20 years in mixed martial arts, boxing, whatever your circumstances are. In an organized fight, you're gonna fight according to the style of fight that you fight. But if your life depended on it, you're gonna defer to what you know. So I'm not finna do no kung fu or no magic tricks and somebody just bust me upside my head with a bottle. Or somebody coming at me with a bat or pulled the pistol out. I'm gonna defer to what I know. I'm not thinking about executing that spinning wheel kick when somebody pulled the pistol out and asking for my money. In that analogy, I compare that to a situation too where if a person had the options to do, nothing is going to stop them from exercising those options. But them, discipline, restraint. Our modern system does not teach discipline and restraint. It teaches you be frivolous, enjoy your youth, do what you want. As long as you have options, as long as you have pick, take advantage of them. Go play the lottery. Go fuck off your money. Go do whatever it is that you choose to do because you got the option. Go leave that job. Go ahead, bounce around as much as you want to until you done aged out of the marketplace and you haven't saved up enough money.
Boop.
So that's really what it boils down to. Is like it's literally the market determines what is or what isn't. One day, Amber Rose is going to be so like we went from Karen Stevens to Amber Rose, and now it's Brittany Renner. It's always going to be a new it girl in whatever statistical category. There's going to be another one and another one and that's just how it's going to be because the market determines what's in and what's out. So all zebras don't have to say don't have the same stripes. Growing up this day, what's right, what's wrong. Once again, it comes from, like I said, Jose, people defer to what they know. So if there's a foundation somewhere in you that you might have made bad decisions, people do make bad decisions. People do hang out with people and do things that may not be fully indicative of their character, but you have to break away from those things when you realize that that's not who you are. Everybody on this panel can tell you stories about things that we did and people that we hung with and people who was just a little bit more about it than we was. And we saw the outcome that happened to them and we went this way. Because something in how we was raised or something in our foundation said, nah, I don't like that outcome. I'm gonna go do something else. So boils down again, choice and options.
The point is a right and wrong.
You said what?
I was waiting for
if I steal, it don't steal. If Kadeem don't steal, if Marvin don't steal, but you steal, okay, clearly there's an issue here with the way you was raised and what you believe. In your world, you're saying in only your world, it exists. But it on Earth, you stealing is wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you really got to take that into consideration, man, and really open your eyes and be mindful to soak in, you know what I'm saying, other people that's around you. We know right and wrong. And just because you believe in that don't mean that it's right.
boom.
That don't make
That
it
part.
right just because you got this belief.
Exactly. My thoughts behind that is
Make it right because that is.
at a certain age, you know right from wrong. You know, you get feeling. You know, if they raised you murdering was right. When you got out in the world and seen the pain that murder causes, you was like, "Yo, hey, I'm grown now, old enough to realize for myself that that shit's foul." If they raised you that, hey, it's okay
Yes.
to fuck around and do this type of shit to people and steal and shit. When you stole from somebody and they were really upset about it and they beat your fucking ass behind that shit, you knew it was wrong. Or when you stole from somebody, when you worked real hard for something and somebody took it from you, you was like, hey, I feel like they did me wrong. And that lets you know right there. So either way, when you grow the fuck up, once you're grown, you have a pretty keen definition of what's right and wrong. That's why the judicial system doesn't say, hey, he might have been raised that stealing was okay. Don't give him a felony. You know, as long as he was raised that way, so it's all right. No, it's not. Same thing with bitches. They know goddamn well they shouldn't be shaking no ass on OnlyFans. They don't give a fuck.
Let me chime in on that. Let me chime in on because I like that. I like what you just
Facts.
said. There's an identification of consequence. When there's an identification of consequence, when there's an understanding of consequence, then at that point in time, you make a conscious decision to take a risk.
Yes.
So when you say that for money, I'm willing to do these things that are viewed by and large as morally deplorable, you have accepted the fact that this could drastically alter my options for happiness down the line, and I sacrifice long-term satisfaction for short-term gain.
You did that part, but no, they have not accepted that. They do not even think of that part. When they think of I'm gonna go exploit my body for this money, it's gonna pay these bills, it's gonna make it so I can go to Cancun, it's gonna do this, it's gonna put me on, niggas gonna always be there, they gonna always want me, so it don't matter. I'm gonna do
But
this.
that's the short term. That's
Right.
the short term because we know that it doesn't exist. We know that it doesn't.
Until
We know it doesn't last.
she becomes a reformed hoe.
Right. They're not accepting that they're going to be alone forever based on their decisions. They're not going, hey, when I put up this video of me getting done in the ass, I'm probably going to fuck up my chances of running for any public office. I'm going to fuck up my chances for being the CEO of any real company. I'm going to really fuck up my chances of being with a guy that really has self-worth and value that can build a family. If I do this right now, I'm giving all that up. No, they don't think like that. They don't accept that because they never realize it or think it until they're walking down the street and they're like, hey, you're the dick in the butt girl from OnlyFans. Oh, you got a man? Hey, fam, is that you that's putting the dick in the... That's not damn. Or when they mama get a video of them like, oh, girl. Or when they hit that age barrier and now they're trying to
Oh yeah,
hunt for
old
something, but
girl was
nobody...
crying.
Hell yeah, boy, that shit is
No,
embarrassing.
Jose.
You know, there's
No, Jose. She does not grow up and become right. It just doesn't happen. What's gonna happen is she to realize what
Bro,
these women have fell into realize. These guys is on here is recording all this, using programs and all these other screencasters that to record this stuff that's happening on the screen. So it's always gonna be in the universe. On top of that, to Marvin's point, they try videos and all that. When they do your background check, they check it too to see if you have OnlyFans. They checking all of it, bro. They check your Facebook. They check your TikTok. They to see if you got Snapchat. They checking all of that, bro.
especially TSA, don't be trying to go in no
So
government,
yeah,
no mail, none of that shit. They find out you owe them.
no.
well, Jose. I want you to look at it like this, and this is just a understanding that some experiences or some things that you don't really have to experience. I don't post a lot on Facebook as far as my personal feelings. When I was younger, I used to have diarrhea at the mouth. Anything I felt, however I felt, cursing and just saying all types of stuff.
Same.
Until the day that real world experience happened, that dawned on me that, wait a minute, I read that LinkedIn article that say that jobs are now using social media to do personality analysis on potential candidates. So the difference between me landing my dream
Mm-hmm.
job or not could all be predicated off of something I said 10 years ago that they scrubbed off of the internet.
Yeah, it's like
So yeah, okay. There's that
Yeah, I mean,
thought process of that
look at
understanding. Maybe these girls don't want to work for corporate America. Maybe they don't want to come back to the traditional workforce. Maybe they're happy with whatever it is that they do. We all know that there's a risk associated with whatever we do, whether we understand the magnitude of the risk. You're ex-military. You understood the magnitude of the risk. I mean, you understood the risk. You may not have understood the magnitude, but you know when you enlisted that there was a risk associated. And when you came home, the story that you told about what you experienced while you were there was either pro or con for the situation that you experienced personally. So if you sat back and told me, like, hey, lay off the military, don't go, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that's a personal experience that you learned. And the thing about it is that a lot of these women, what's not being properly broadcasted or not being publicly broadcasted as much, are trying to give warnings and disclaimer to the younger generations that this is going to lead down the path of destruction. Don't do it. A
That's the
lot of
part.
women
You're
are
not
saying
pushing
this,
and
but they're
promoting.
not being heard. A lot of us men, just like what we're doing on here, we're giving disclaimers based off of things that we've seen and things that we've experienced, and we're sharing those experiences with people to let them know that there are consequences for the things that you do. So in the event that a woman makes these decisions, regardless of how much money she makes, regardless of whatever her lifestyle is or whatever she wants her lifestyle to be, there's going to be a trade-off. You can't always have this and this at the same time. So for this big bag of money over here, you have to understand that that big bag of money and your idea of that money and what you feel that that money does for you can drastically impact who you have children with, whether they love you and value you or they just use you for your assets, whether they're going to manipulate and con you out of everything that you earned, whether they're there for the right reasons or the wrong reasons. How your public image is going to be going through, the shame that is going to bring your children, knowing that there's a record of their mother doing this, that, and the third, the bullying aspect. There's a bunch of stuff that comes along
Oh,
with
I
these
didn't even think
decisions.
about that. Oh, be in high school, your son getting suspended because he got to fight every day
Mm-hmm.
because they steady showing videos of his mama getting down and making jokes about.
Videos of they printing pictures and passing them out everywhere. They never think it's never
You
ever
have to
thought about the
understand that
kids at
we
all.
have seen in our days what they did, how they socially castrated girls who were promiscuous in high school, where you didn't have the internet and everything else like that you have today. So imagine what's happening in a world to where it's being deemed as socially acceptable to take part in these activities. Well, guess what? Once the people around you who are the byproducts of the things that you did have to go out and experience the real world, their real world application is not going to be the same as what it is that you put out there. Your money, your lifestyle, what you wanted drastically impacts the image and the reputation and the respect of most of the people around you. And that's what comes along with these situations. That is bigger than just who she is and what she is and why she is. It's the fact that the who I am and the respect that people have for me impacts the people around me. So if I was untrustworthy and I was a liar and I was somebody who was unpredictable and did things behind people's back, well, guess what? Anybody who associates themselves with me is automatically associated with those negative things that I did. So if I didn't have good character and good moral compass, anybody who touches me automatically is assumed to be the same way. So there's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot that goes into that. Anyway, guys, we're at minute 59, 38. It's time for our closeouts. Thank you guys
Yes, sir.
in the comments for keeping the comment section lit as always. Can I get some closeouts from you guys,
Yes,
please?
sir.
And thank you.
Appreciate you, Jose. Thanks for through, man.
You said what?
Appreciate you, Irvin. Can y'all not hear me?
We hear you.
All right, bet.
Love you too, Jose.
Love you.
Definitely. You're number one, man. Yeah, man. I say thank everybody for coming out. We got some more topics. It's always some dope shit. Remember, you can always reach out to the page for resources and things of that nature too. One-stop shop for all things dope, man.
Yeah, guys, please take that serious. Please check out the Extraordinary Men Facebook group. There's a ton of resources there. There's a lot of people there. Whether you're trying to fix your credit, whether you're trying to do anything with business, real estate, mental health. I mean, we even got that's in there that's helping trafficking. I mean, whatever you need is in there. So I need you guys to advantage of the group. Like, share, subscribe the YouTube channel, Extraordinary Men Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click the bell so that you get. We go live pretty much almost 3-4 times a week, and we're also on Clubhouse. You catch us on Extraordinary Men in Clubhouse as well. So we really need you guys there and getting involved. Talk about it changes every single rip basically. So it's not the same every time. Tomorrow we don't know what we're gonna be talking about. We could be talking about cars for all we know. But we do talk about a lot of topics to help with mental health, finances and things of that nature. So please get involved. We're not doing this for us. We're doing this for y'all space. Creating a space that can finally express help that they need. You know what I'm saying? We don't have nothing out there like our building here. So if you want to keep this alive, you like what we got going on, get involved.
And most importantly, thank you to the gentleman on this panel. Thank you for always showing up, always being always being a contributing factor to what it is that we build. The more the merrier. This is what makes this thing extraordinary, by having these thoughts and these opinions, these varying viewpoints, having people who have their own mind, their own decisions, who understand that as men, we can build amongst men. And this is how great things are built. The pyramids were built, the houses are built, the roads were built, all off of the ideas of great men who either went out there and made the plans or did the work or both. So collectively, we form like Voltron and we make things happen. So with that much being said, tune in to Saturday morning.
Correct.
We're going to be available at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for our morning show. Also Friday, 7 p.m. on Clubhouse. I'll make sure the link is available inside of the Extraordinary Man group. And if you want to hit me up personally, Phil Jones on everything in social media, or Michael Jones on Facebook, or any of these gentlemen, King Midas, Michael Merritt, Marvin Holman, Kadeem Bourne. We are available on almost every social media website. If you guys need links, commentary, you like something that we say, you want to have some discourse, you want to go back and forth, you want the smoke, come get with us. Thank you guys.